So we get my first guest out, ladies and gentlemen. And if anyone shouts out, do the dance, you'd better be aiming it at John Travolta and not him. It's Mr. Ricky Gervais, ladies and gentlemen. Sit yourself down, Ricky Gervais. How are you, Ricky? You look very well.
Thank you.
Okay, you're in the middle of a big tour at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah.
How many dates do you do on a big tour?
Well, not too many. About, I think, 100 with the London dates.
Well, that's a huge number, though.
Well, yeah, but I could do more.
Okay, and when you're doing a tour like that, and I know comedians seem to pride themselves on this, when you advertise your tickets, they sell out very quickly, don't they?
Well, yeah.
I know Peter Kay and Lee Evans, their tickets sell out very, very quickly indeed. Yours probably sell out quite quickly as well. I don't know if you've compared at all, but I'm imagining yours sell out about as quickly as theirs.
Yeah, probably.
Do you need to advertise to sell out tickets?
No, in fact, I don't know why I'm here. See you later.
Here's why I was asking about the tour, because I noticed you did advertise all over the place, and I thought partly you don't need to, and partly I thought, well, presumably...
What do you mean I did advertise all over
Well, I
the place?
saw some adverts in magazines and stuff like that.
Where would you advertise? In public toilets?
No, but yeah...
What are you talking about?
Depends on the audience you're trying to take. But
what are you talking about?
I'm saying...
If you're working up to a joke, just do it, because I'm getting bored. If I've ruined your in, what are you talking about? You advertise everywhere. You sell up quick. You advertise. Do you have to... What the f*** are you talking about?
Well, here's what I was asking, because I don't think...
Okay, just get to the right.
I don't think you do need
Let's do it again.
No, don't do it again. Don't. Okay, come, bring his face. Yeah, there you go. How long has on the show? Oh, that hurt. Okay, Hi, Ricky. You're on a big tour at the moment, I believe.
Yeah, it's called Fame.
How many dates do you do?
Oh, about 100.
Do you have to advertise to sell out? Or
You've done it
no,
again.
because I'm building up. The point I'm making is about advertising. Right. You have to let me mention that, or else I can't do the thing.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But here's what surprised me, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what I've been building up to so elegantly, is that I was strolling out in town in Trafalgar Square.
Oh, right.
Okay, and I knew Ricky was on tour, as we all did, and I knew that he'd sold out, I believe, in something like 8 or 9 minutes, the whole tour, all this kind of thing. And yet then I saw possibly the largest poster of a man's face I've ever seen in my entire life. Have a look at this. This is in Trafalgar Square here in London. Look at the size of that. Look, it's gigantic. It's as big as, like... Look, that's got to be 4 stories high, OK? And let's face it, it's not the kind of face you want to see normal size, but certainly 4 stories high. And then look at Nelson's column in the foreground. Look, OK? Right. So he's bigger than Nelson.
That looks like me laying down with a huge erection.
But Nelson won a war for us. Nelson is a hero, and look at your big, ugly face in Trafalgar Square. Tourists don't know what to make of it.
I see your point. If the tour's already sold out,
why spend the money on the giant poster in Trafalgar Square?
Because I can and I like to show off.
Well, thank you for answering so succinctly. All right. You're going to New York with it, aren't you? You're going to do it in Madison Square Garden. And although, OK, you're a huge star here, and I know you're known in the States as well, because Office was a big hit. I think Extras has done well as well, hasn't it, on HBO?
Done OK, yeah.
But will it work? Will your stand-up work for an American audience, you think?
Well, I've got to get sort of an international hour together, really. So I'm doing a couple of theatres and...
what, in the States?
Yeah.
No, you could have done... You said you're getting an international out together. You could have done it here with, like, American students.
It's either drugs or Alzheimer's, but what the f*** up with you tonight, really? It really is unbelievable.
When you do a tour that you've sold out, we've established, I think, that the tickets
I'm never doing
out.
this show again.
I'll hold you to that. Ricky is, I think, a natural comedian. You seem to be... It seems to come very naturally to you. I mean, I know you write when you're doing a tour, and by the way, how's the tour selling? Is it doing well for you?
It's doing all right. We sold about 50,000 tickets in the first 9 minutes, and then we sold it out in about an hour. But even though it's sold out, I put a big picture of myself in Trafalgar Square, which is a bit bad, because I haven't even won a war.
We'll edit most of that out. For your sake. But you strike me as being a naturally funny person, and I've spent some time with you, and you always make me laugh, and you always make me laugh on TV. But was it maddening for you in the period when you weren't on TV, when you weren't and thinking, OK, I can do this, I'm as funny as many of the people I see on stage or TV? Did you ever feel frustrated by the fact that you didn't have an outlet for that?
Not at all. No, I wasn't sitting around thinking, when am I going to be a professional comedian? Because even though I was, growing up, the most important thing was to have a laugh, really. Where I grew up in a sort of working class family, as long as you had a job or did right by your family, it was having a laugh that was important. I came from a family of people that mucked around and teased each other, and at my dad's funeral, okay, we were all there, and the vicar started the speech about my dad, and of course we were crying. I could hear all my nieces and sister-in-law, everyone sort of like crying. But I came prepared. I came with a packet of those tissues, and I sort of handed them out. Then I could hear them crying, and then laughing because I'd written on all the tissues, "Stop snivelling," and "You snotty cow." And the vicar thought we were mental.
But that's a nice thing to do, in actual fact, to undercut a thing like that.
Of course, yeah.
Which was obviously genuinely, a sad day.
Yeah, well, but it's my dad was 83, and it comes to all of us. When
I said naturally funny, I mean you have your moments. OK, extras, I really grew to love. Early on, I didn't like it as much because after The Office...
Because you weren't in it.
Well, I really got like it. And now, I didn't think I'd be saying this, but I really would like a third series. But you're not doing a third series. Rather like The Office, you're bailing out early, aren't you?
We're doing a special, yeah.
I've got an idea for you for the special.
Go on.
They go on holiday to Spain.
So what is it again? I'm sorry, I honestly drifted off then. Go on, go on. So
what is your plan for the extra special?
I don't know, we haven't written it yet.
You must have an idea, though.
I'll do one of those things, those people go on game shows and they ask their fiancée, will you marry me? And because she's so intimidated not to embarrass them in front of the audience, John, will you be in extras?
Chatting the case. You know what I like about Johnny's? Johnny's a huge star.
What I like about that is, that's how interesting this interview is, they were actually chatting. You can't even get their attention, and they're coming on this show. What chance have you got people who've got a remote control at home?
Right, listen. You're doing a new thing with Stephen, aren't you? You're going to do is it a drama you're doing next after this?
Well, we're writing the extra special, and then next year we want to do something a bit more. The things that have excited us over the last few years.
Can I stop you there? Because we put up a picture of Stephen Merchant and people just started laughing, which doesn't show you in a good light, I'm afraid.
Well, to be fair, he's in character and he's making himself look gimper than he really is.
But not much.
Sorry, Stephen, I didn't mean to say gimper than you really are. I was pointing out that you were sort of doing a funny face. Oh, no, he's not. No, that's not. That's imposing. But will you be OK writing drama? Will that... I mean, I know there were dramatic elements in The Office, but is it something that you... Because I can't imagine you really knuckling down and staying on a dramatic course, to be honest. Well, as long as you, write about what you know, the drama's not going to be English people running around with guns and, fighting, marauding...
Vikings.
Yeah, it's going to be an everyday tale about something, the way you find an angle on it.
So kind of like The Office, but without the laughs.
Well, there will be laughs. I mean, The Sopranos, probably one of the best shows ever on television, is really funny as well. It's just classy throughout. So even though it's a drama and it deals with, morality and...
So it'll be a drama with comedy, it'll be a dramedy. You're writing a dramedy.
Yeah, I'm writing a dramedy, yeah. That's a type of camel.
Sounds like you say you were riding a dramedy then. People might think that you're planning something special at the zoo.
I don't know what you're talking about now again. I lost it. I knew it was nearly a normal conversation, but then you lost me at the last...
and you're in a big movie this summer. We should mention this very briefly. This is Stardust. And in the interest of full disclosure, I should point out that I am involved in this in a very roundabout way because the script for this film was written by my beautiful and talented wife. And it stars not just Ricky Gervais, but also Robert De Niro and Michelle Pfeiffer and Peter O'Toole and people like that. Working with De Niro, that must have been quite something, wasn't it?
It was
I know
amazing.
You used him in extras, but you met him here, didn't you?
Well, no, but yeah, exactly, yeah. The call came, do you want to spend a couple of days in a film with Robert De Niro? Yes. And I went along and I met him, and I think he's the greatest actor in the world. So I get there and I try not to be intimidated. I mucked around as usual and made him laugh, and it was great. But I realised it was bravado, because after about 7 hours, I went up to him and went, I think you're the greatest actor in... will you be in extras? He went, I'm doing this thing. He's very quiet. Yeah. I went, he went, I'll call you. And about 3 days later, he did.
Wow.
He called me up and said, hi, it's Bob. And I went, I thought I told you never to call me. And he laughed, and we had, we found a day. You got to take a chance.
Yeah, thank God for that.
I'd have to go to Stephen and go, what did he say? I went, it didn't go as well as I thought it would. I made a little joke. Yeah, we haven't got him. And then we had him for an hour, and it was great because I wasn't in the scene, so it was him and Stephen, and I was directing. And at one point I came over and I said to Stephen, I said, oh, you might try this. And he went, yeah, cheers. I went back, and De Niro went, what about me? I went, so I went, how am I doing, okay?
Oh.
And I went, yeah. I went, yeah, you're doing all right. And the crew laughed, and he sort of realised what... But he meant it straight down the line. Humble, you know, you're directing this. How am I doing? Yeah. He's an absolute
But that must be an ambition ticked off your list then, an ambition you perhaps thought you'd never realise.
No, yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, one of the perks,
So if you get that movie with Jimmy Carr now, you'll be sorted. What are you laughing at?
He's good. Oh, Dan, why are you doing this?
Just to make you uncomfortable. OK, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ricky Gervais. Thank you, Ricky. There you go. Well done. Welcome to Friday Night with me, Jonathan Ross.
Welcome to Alan Carr, China!
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I've just been... Oh. Don't patronise me, Alicia.